my channel. Today I'm going to be discussing with you why I hate the holidays. Let's break it down. What are my top 5 reasons for hating the holidays? For one, I'm gonna start off simple. They overshadow my birthday, alright? My birthday is the 20th, Christmas is the 25th, Hanukkah is random days. And I hate that. I really hate that my day is not about me. It's not enough. Second one, Christmas and most of the holidays just feel really forced. Like, really forced. And like, I'm one to give gifts. That's like giving gifts and receiving gifts, my love language. But what I don't like is being forced to give a gift. And it feels like I'm just being forced to give a gift, and I kind of really hate that. Number 3, I oftentimes find that when I was younger, I was stuck in my house a lot. I felt very lonely on the holidays. I felt very lonely during my birthday. I felt very lonely during Thanksgiving. I oftentimes feel that the holidays make people feel more lonely and unloved than they do a cause for celebration for a lot of people. Like those who don't have family around, those who, you know, just don't have any loved ones. Those of us who do have loved ones, but like couldn't necessarily connect with them on that level. It feels very lonely, and I don't like that at all. Number 4, that's expensive. It's really expensive for no reason, and I love saving for it, but I hate spending all the money. I like decorating, don't get me wrong, but it's really expensive to get so many people gifts, and they all expect expensive gifts too. I'm not made of money like that. Number 5, it's really stressful. Like, supremely stressful to figure out how many friends you really do have, how many you're really close to, how many you want to get gifts for, what kind of gifts do you want to get, how expensive of a gift do you want to get. All that kind of stuff is really stressful. I'm not one for that kind of stuff. Now, we're going to go into a little bit more detail. We're going to break it down a little bit, right? Because I gave you a rough overview, but I want to really break it down to you why I hate the holidays and why I'm starting to like them a little bit more. Let's go back to it's overshadowing my birthday. I grew up, right? When I grew up, my parents made sure that I always had a birthday, but I had to celebrate a month beforehand. So I always celebrated my birthday in November before everybody left for winter break. And that sucked because I would have to celebrate my birthday, and then, you know, for the next month, people are saying I'm a certain age and being like, congratulations, happy birthday. And I'm like, my birthday hasn't happened yet. So that was always super awkward. But also whenever it came down to my real birthday, you know, a lot of the times, especially in elementary school, middle school, high school, nobody really had the choice as to whether or not they were going on a trip, but I still felt like they weren't true friends for being there on my birthday. Because my birthday is what really meant more to me. The birthday party was cool, but it was never my birthday. But you know, everybody's gone for winter vacation, to see family, to do whatever. And especially when I got to high school, I went to an academy. And that academy had a lot of kids who could go and do stuff. And, you know, their parents had money. They had a lot of money to spend on like things like vacation. And I just kind of felt like I was constantly being forgotten. And that feeling really hasn't left. It made me stop celebrating my birthday. I think not too long ago, like maybe a couple years or so ago, I kind of just stopped celebrating my birthday because I didn't feel like I was important enough to celebrate it. But I started celebrating my birthday, obviously, with the help of my husband, which is why he plans it, because otherwise I would plan nothing, and he does not like that. It's very personal for me why I hate Christmas in specific, and it has a lot to do with the fact that I hate how close it is to my birthday. It really just overshadows the whole thing, and I oftentimes have this feeling where I'm really excited for my birthday, I'm really excited to celebrate myself, but nobody else is. Everyone's more excited to celebrate Christmas, obviously, and they're like, oh yeah, as a passing thought, let me also give you a birthday present. It's never, as a passing thought, here's your Christmas present. It's like they've been looking forward for Christmas, and I understand why now, but especially growing up, it hurt that I felt like I wasn't cared about, but like Christmas was cared about, and it was just kind of a passing thing. That was my birthday. Like, oh yeah, forgot about you. That really gave me a complex about the holidays for a very long time, but I'm getting better about it. I've made it very clear to all of my friends and family that I'm close to that it's something I'm very sensitive about. I don't like getting joint gifts very often. I'm getting better about it. But that's because I'm actually to the age where I can buy people presents. I can celebrate Christmas. I can actually do things. And it makes sense to me why people like Christmas. I didn't grow up with money, so it's hard to have that same joy that people with money have for a holiday like Christmas, where it is very much about spending money, getting your friends gifts, getting something maybe nice for yourself, spending a lot of money on wrapping paper. I didn't get that until I started working on my own, until I became full-time, that I was able to even afford that kind of stuff. And so a lot of it is just, it's right next to my birthday. And I never got to celebrate Christmas very well. Like, I tried, but it was always like just to hang out with the family. It didn't feel different. But my birthday always felt special to me, and it made me sad that it wasn't special to anybody else. Now that's not the case, but it still was the case, especially growing up. Back to number 2, it feeling very commercial and forced. I really, like I said before, don't like when things feel like I have to buy someone something, or I have to buy something right then, because I'm the kind of person to get you a gift in the moment. If I see something and I think of you, you're getting that gift. You don't have a choice. That's why I keep my presents envelope on me at all times, because I am spontaneous with buying gifts. I see something, I'm like, ooh, my best friend would love that, or ooh, my husband would love that, or this friend would love that, this friend would love that. And because of that, I keep my presents envelope on me, but also I don't like being forced to buy gifts, because I don't want to buy you a meaningless gift, like, I want to buy you something I genuinely thought about you when I, grabbed it. I want to, like, see it in the store and be like, oh, that belongs to them. I think that would be perfect for them. And I do that a lot, but when it comes to Christmas, then I have to force myself to think of something. I have to make sure it's within my budget. I have to really just drag it out of myself, and I don't like that. I don't like having to sit down and hope and pray that I'm not forgetting any of my friends, or that, I'm not getting them something that they don't like, or that it's too gaudy, or it's something or other. It really just, it takes away from the joy of gift giving. And I know a lot of people don't have that problem, but because gift giving is such a big thing for me, because it's a love language, it really gets to me when it gets down to it, that I want to be able to give someone a gift whenever, and it be as valued as a Christmas gift. But a Christmas gift is so valued that if you don't get a friend a Christmas gift, it's like telling them that you hate them. And I don't agree with it. I'd rather buy you like something really nice one time, maybe not on Christmas, but like give it to you immediately, because I want to see your reaction. I don't want to have to wait till Christmas because I bought you this really nice thing, and well, I need a Christmas gift, let me just wait and give it to you then. That's not how I do things. That's not how I like to do things. It's not my forte. Now, on to number 3. Makes people feel very unloved or lonely. When I was growing up, especially when I was living with my parents, I was in a situation where I didn't get to leave the house very often. Whether that was because I wasn't allowed to go hang out with friends very often, or that was because when I did go outside and go on like a walk, I have really bad allergies, to the point where like the outside world is toxic to me. Like, I don't go outside very often. I stay inside because I won't die if I don't go outside. But that led to me being stuck in my room often. That led to me feeling very lonely often, because when I was home, oftentimes it'd be better for me to stay in my room than it would be for me to go and hang out with my family, because there really was no hanging out with my family. I grew up in a very traumatic household as a child, in which me being downstairs is cause for me to be yelled at. It's cause for me to be just generally yelled at, made to be cleaning something, made to feel like garbage for something or other, to be blamed for something. And so I stayed in my room a lot. So when it came down to things like my birthday or Christmas, those were the times where I was made to come out of my room. But that didn't last for very long. I wasn't out of my room for very long. So I ended up feeling really, really lonely when it was supposed to be this happy celebration, and I would hear people talking about it afterwards, and they had fun and they had an amazing time, but I was in my room most of the time. And I know this is a very, very personal one, but this is why we're talking about it. I wasn't given the gift of being able to celebrate Christmas like I like to until I moved out and I had a full-time job. Now I can celebrate Christmas a lot better, but it just doesn't feel like a special day. Like my birthday, now it feels super special, but Christmas just doesn't feel that same way. It doesn't have that same ring to it. It was never something that was like a great time. It was a time leading up to, like the time leading up to it was like, now we're gonna yell about why we didn't do the Christmas lights because it's supposed to be tradition, and how dare we not do the tradition. How we're gonna yell about who has to do the Christmas tree because I did the Christmas lights, so you have to do the Christmas tree, and you have to do the cleaning, and you have to do this, and it became a chore to set up Christmas. And it takes away the loving part of Christmas to make it a chore. It takes away from, you know, how familial it's supposed to feel, like how it's supposed to be a good time. It just made it really, really lonely. And I know that I'm not the only one who felt that way, and that my story is not unique at all in terms of that. That my story is actually probably pretty common for a lot of people. Or there's a lot of people who don't have families. And I don't like that there are people out there who have Christmases that made them feel as lonely as my Christmases felt, because that was really, really, really painful to go through. It was really rough. It wasn't fun, to say the least, but it really affects you. It makes the whole season just kind of become depressed, like just depressive. For me, I don't have seasonal depression. It was that I just really didn't like Christmas, and I don't like the holidays. Thanksgiving wasn't fun for me. Christmas wasn't fun for me. New Year's was okay, but that's generally because I, put a little spin on it, and I tried to, self-improve or something like that. It never stuck, it never will stick, but I always like to reevaluate my goals every year, reevaluate what I'm doing. On to my next point. It's expensive. It is so expensive. Christmas is so expensive. Because then you have to buy everyone gifts all at once. I don't want to buy gifts all at once. I want to buy gifts when I want to, because honestly then I can, budget for it. And I'm all about budgeting. You're on a budgeting channel. Like, that's the whole point. We cash stuff here. We save up money, but like, I can only save up so much money if I need to like spend it all in like less than a month. It's a lot of money. It's a lot of money, okay? And like, I don't mind spending money on my friends. I don't mind at all. Then you got family. Then you gotta really figure out how well do you know your family. Do you have enough money for your family? I know personally, I have a Latino family. Both sides. Half Salvadorian, half Puerto Rican. If I spend time with either of those sides during the holidays, that is like 20 plus people that I have to buy presents for. Now normally, right, if you're an adult, you wouldn't have to buy presents for any of the other adults. But I'm the first grandchild on one side, and I'm the youngest on the other side. So I kind of have to make up for it. I have to like show for it. So I have to get everyone gifts. All 20 of them. That's not including my friends, that's not including my husband, that's not including really even my sibling or my mom. There's a lot of people. It's really expensive for me, and I know there's people out there who completely relate to that. Because, oh my god, is that expensive. I don't even want to think about it. I haven't even bought presents yet. This is a perfect lead on to the next one. It's really stressful. Number 5 is that it's really, really stressful. It's really stressful. The thought of having to get so many gifts, the thought of having to make sure you remember everybody, and when you don't remember them, they're like, you hate me. And I'm like, no, I didn't hate you, I just forgot about you. And they're like, that's the same thing. And I'm like, no, there's just a lot of you. And then the family. It's really stressful to deal with family. And you have to like stay with them. Or maybe you're not staying with them, but you're hosting them. A lot of times you have to host something. Well, you don't have to, but like, you want to. You want to like make sure you're around family. Sometimes family is friends. Sometimes family is blood related. Either way, it's stressful dealing with that many people. It's a lot of people to deal with. Like, so many people to deal with. I don't like dealing with people. Managing teams is hard. Like, I love management, but I like it because I can be like, hey, at the end of the day, it's your pay on the line, you know? And with the holidays, it's my pay on the line. I want my money on the line. Sometimes it makes me really stressed to just, like, sit down and try to make a list of people that I need to buy gifts for and how much money that's gonna be, and making sure I'm not spending too much money on one person, and making sure I know where that money's gonna come from, making sure that, you know, if the money's gonna come from the Christmas fund, is it gonna be worth it? Or would it be better spent on something else? It's really stressful. I don't know how much more I can explain to you the stress that it gives me. Not to mention, we're talking about the holidays in general. Thanksgiving is something completely out, like completely different. Like, there's family drama. There's always family drama. You have to go and deal with that family drama every year if you have family drama to deal with. I have to deal with something it's very unique to have to, not unique, but like it's not common to have to deal with it. But I have reactive hypoglycemia. If you've seen the vlog, I kind of explained a little bit about how that was, the anniversary vlog. Basically, short story of it is that I have the symptoms of diabetes without the actual diabetes. So if I eat carbs, I will start shaking. I will get really tired. I will start getting heat flashes. I've gotten physically ill before. It's not a fun time because what happens is my blood sugar spikes and then it drops really, really fast. And because it does that, I, you know, just, it's bad. It basically diabetic coma without the diabetes. So, Thanksgiving is especially stressful to me because I have to make sure I'm not eating any carbs. I have to make sure I'm very careful about what I eat. And then sometimes there's still carbs, like this soup. This last Thanksgiving, I went go to Thanksgiving with my husband's side of the family because we go generally for like other holidays for my side of the family, so we always go Thanksgiving for his. We try to balance it out. And when I went this time, right, I ate this soup and I was like, it's a wild harvest vegetable soup. It'll be perfectly fine. It won't matter if I eat it. I can eat as much as I want because it's a vegetable soup. And my husband's mom, not his wife, I'm his wife. My husband's mom is a doctor. She also cannot eat carbs. And I was talking to her and I was like, I don't know why I'm getting tired, because I thought maybe it was a direct reaction because I had a little bit of pumpkin pie custard, like not the breading, just the orange part, the part that's like supposed to be fine, like it's just a little bit of carb, not that much, you know? Like a very small, it was a small piece of pumpkin pie, like it was basically nothing. So I was like, there should be no reason that I am suffering like this. Yeah, it turns out while we're walking, she's like, oh yeah, it's probably the soup. And I was like, what do you mean it's the soup? And she's like, well, you know, the soup was too tasty to not have carbs. They probably put a bunch of sugar in it. She kind of looked at her in shock and I was like, are you serious? The one thing I thought I could eat that wasn't just straight meat and cheese, that was the one thing that really got me. And the problem is once it starts, I can't stop it. Maybe there's a way to stop it. I don't know it yet. I'm currently going to the doctor about it, so hopefully, fingers crossed, by the time this video comes out, I will know what the hell is going on. But as of right now, I'm just treating what is a symptom. But she turns to me and she tells me, definitely had carbs in it. I am so sorry this happened to you. And then afterwards, I'm like, it's fine. This just really sucks. I'm actively falling asleep and we are literally walking together. We're taking a walk and I'm falling asleep. And she calls my husband over and she's like, you guys need to go home. This one's falling asleep. It's time for you guys to go. We don't want you to leave. We want you to stay. But it's very clear that this reaction, you can't stop it once it starts. If there's treatment, we don't have access to that treatment yet. So Basically, she said, you guys need to go home. This needs to be taken care of because the only thing I can do actively to like make it through the hypoglycemic episode is to just take a nap. And it sucks because those naps are not short. Those naps are like 3 to 4 hours long, if not longer. They take a while. They take a lot of your time, and you know, when you're going through that, it doesn't feel like a good nap. It's not restful. It's like if you're sick and you wake up and suddenly you're like, wow, I don't feel as bad as I did 2 seconds ago, but I feel really bad. And that just, it ruined my Thanksgiving. It was already stressful trying to avoid all that, but it just made it that much more stressful. Hanukkah, don't know what I'm doing, so it's stressful. Thanksgiving, really stressful because of family, and for me, eating issues, and for a lot of other people, I'm sure, they have eating issues too. That's probably really difficult, especially with those who are suffering from disordered eating. It's really difficult. It's always been difficult for me growing up to eat Thanksgiving food because I have very disordered eating. I've always had disordered eating. The hypoglycemia, the reactive hypoglycemia doesn't help, but it definitely is better than me just not eating. So Thanksgiving has always been stressful. Not to mention the family drama that comes with Thanksgiving. Not to mention Christmas comes around, then you have to buy a bunch of gifts for everybody. Not to mention all of them are grouped up in one time. If they were spread out throughout the year, I guarantee you the holidays would be a lot less stressful. We'd all be a lot happier. So much happier. I would be so much happier if the holidays were spread out. In conclusion, one big swooping conclusion. That is why I hate the holidays. Now, do I hate the holidays right now? Do I still hate them? A little bit. Just a little bit. I really hate that they're grouped up. I really hate that they couldn't be spread out. Other than that, they're starting to grow on me. Why I hate the holidays a little bit less than before. All the reasons I mentioned before. But also, like I said, I work a full-time job. College is a secondary thing for me. College is if I want to. I'm perfectly happy with my career. I'm very happy with the amount I make. I would like to make more, of course, but who wouldn't? And with that privilege of having a job and being able to feed myself, being able to feed my husband, my cats, I always call them my children, so if I say my children, I'm talking about my cats. My cats, being able to decorate the apartment, being able to have the things that I want, like this bed frame that we got for the anniversary. Go watch the vlog. Being able to get the things that I wasn't able to have growing up because we didn't have money, it's really, really nice, and it makes, honestly, celebrating the holidays a lot better. I will admit, having money has made celebrating the holidays significantly better and significantly more fun. Because it's money that I need to go take a travel trip to go see my family. It's money that I need to go get them presents and to not feel like absolute garbage for not getting them presents. It's money that I need to, find a place to stay while I'm there. It's money that I need to be able to buy myself decorations, to be able to decorate things for the holidays. It's money I need to buy things like this. The money really made a difference for me. Cash stuffing really made a difference for me. Because cash stuffing is what allowed me to have that money for the holidays. A lot of my friends are currently working twice as much as they were before, if not 3 times as much as they were before, because they need to make money for the holidays. But I've been cash stuffing for the holidays since January. Since after the holidays ended, I've been cash stuffing for the holidays. And that is something that I'm very grateful for, about cash stuffing and just being able to have a job and being able to make sure that I'm doing what I need to do. It's been amazing. I have made myself a family where I'm at. I've made myself a family of friends. I've become connected more with some of my family that I wasn't connected with before. And because of that, it's a lot more fun to celebrate the holidays. It's more fun to celebrate the holidays with my best friend who, I love with my whole heart, and we're gonna go do some cool stuff together over the break. And my break, there's no actual break for us, but over my break, I get to spend time with my husband. More time than I normally get to because he's an engineering student, and I love spending time with my husband. So I get more of his time when he doesn't have to go to school. So I'm not complaining. I love the holidays because when I lived in Germany, that was probably the first time I actually got to celebrate them. and have fun with them. I really liked them. And I get to carry on some of the traditions from like when I learned from Germany. I like the holidays now, well, more so, because I get to create my own traditions. I get to create stuff that me and my husband do. Like, we have a holiday tradition that I created where we buy mugs, matching mugs, every year for Christmas as a little gift to each other, just to start off the holiday season the right way. I like decorating the tree now because I can decorate it how I want to, when I want to, however I want to. It's just, I have a lot of freedom now. I have a lot of financial freedom as well as just general freedom that I didn't have before. And that makes the holidays a lot more manageable, a lot better. It makes me happy, makes my husband happy. But yeah, with that will conclude why I hate the holidays. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please don't forget to click that subscribe button, hit the bell notification because YouTube does not always recommend. Yeah, thank you guys so much for watching. Comment down below if you made it to the end of the video. Comment, we'll do a bell emoji. If you put a bell emoji down in the comments, I'll know what you're talking about. But yeah, I love you guys very, very much. Thank you so much for watching.